Y'all probably thought what I was playing when I said 31 days straight. No, I'm not playing. We got another reaction video. Man, blah. No, wait, what was Man takes out detective after sneaking a pow pow into the interrogation room. I thought you were supposed to search people before they even get to the room. Somebody is working with him. Because how did he get that in there? We don't know. I'm scared. Where my drink at? Oh.
This is the moment a handcuffed man in custody caught two DEA agents off guard.
Was he our guy?
Right there.
That's our guy. Stupid mother. Why the would you do that?
What officers didn't realize was that he had warned them about this exact moment years earlier. And just hours before this, they'd made a critical mistake that made it all possible.
I just want to understand how though, bro. Like, how?
In the early hours of May 16th, a Callaway County father heard what sounded like a gunshot outside his family's home. Concerned, he stepped out to investigate only to find a vehicle blocking his driveway, with a fully loaded assault rifle clearly visible in the back seat.
The AR?
Afraid that someone dangerous might still be nearby, he immediately called the police. An officer was quickly dispatched to the scene, unaware that this call would soon lead them to one of the county's most wanted fugitives, whose deadly revenge plan would cost an officer his life.
Dang, he took the officer out though.
Got here.
Well,
And it was a
first of all, we
300.
got a plate that doesn't belong on this vehicle.
Well, there's a machine gun or something.
AK-47 or whatever, fully loaded magazine.
Hey, Chief. Well, he said the neighbor lives here. She left. She came over and said something to them. Doesn't know whose vehicle it is. It's got this rifle in the back.
Yeah.
The plate doesn't come back to this vehicle. I see a needle cap up here in the floorboard. Yep.
Officers found the car unlocked with an assault
That
rifle.
look like a DD.
Clearly visible in the back seat, and a needle cap on the floorboard, suggesting possible drug use. The plates were fake, but when deputies ran the vehicle's identification number, it revealed something far worse. The car
How the fuck you got a fake plate? Wait,
belonged to a notorious criminal. One
how the fuck you got a fake plate, but you didn't swap the van? That was retarded.
whom the DEA had been chasing for months. Gary Rowland, a 30-year-old parolee with multiple outstanding warrants, who had been quoted saying, "I'm never going back to prison alive." Knowing that Gary was likely in the neighborhood, officers narrowed down their search, and through CCTV and witness reports, they were quickly able to locate him in an apartment complex nearby. They moved in and made the arrest without incident.
So the nigga was around the
Before Gary
corner?
was transported to jail, however, he surprised deputies by offering critical information about local narcotics and firearms trafficking in exchange for a reduced sentence. So instead of going to jail, they took him to the police station for questioning, unaware that this decision would lead to the murder of one of their colleagues just hours later.
Bro, this all went down in
Gary.
one day.
He's just been brought into the interrogation room. What the officers don't realize at this moment is that due to an incomplete search, he's managed to sneak in a knife
That's what I'm...
and a loaded pistol, both hidden in his waistband.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you brought him to the station and didn't search? You need to be fired. Because somebody just lost their life. Whoever job it was to search him, which is anybody at this point, you need to be fired. That's crazy.
This is Jody Cash and his colleague, Donald Bowman, both members of a DEA task force. Worth knowing is that Detective Jody actually has history with Gary. Back in 2017, Jody managed to arrest him on drug and firearms charges, offenses that
Bro, this man be loaded.
sent him to prison for years. What neither Cash nor Bowman knows is that Gary is armed, and one of them won't make it out alive.
crazy.
Yeah, I feel like we had a cigarette and we got talking to my girl for 1 second and I'll tell y'all whatever y'all want to know.
I don't know about your girl, but I can definitely help you with some drink. I don't smoke, but I still around a cigarette.
Naturally, officers wanted to hear everything Gary had to say, so they let him take a smoke break. But this would turn out to be a mistake.
Oh my gosh.
Gary is then escorted outside of the building for his cigarette break. When they return to the room, surveillance footage shows that Gary has pulled his right pant leg up to just below the knee, making the weapon much easier to reach. Then, Gary asks for one more favor, one that would cost a deputy his life.
You do shows. But if you're not gonna call it, you know, you ain't gonna do much for us.
Struggling to trade?
Oh,
We'll trade for you and get you a prop firm payout in under 30
I already know
days.
how to trade, bro.
Right now, I guarantee if I call Lexington, they probably don't have that information. He ain't no stranger. You know, realistically, we're looking at we really go with that.
So if he was 30, he would have got out with 50. Did they say he was 39? I don't know. I forgot. Instead, he wanted to go out.
You can't do this all day.
Okay. When you see him, ready to see like one hand and one knee there, I got that one coming for that. That's the only one. That's the last one I got you.
Smoking came out?
Yeah.
Believing they're on the verge of obtaining crucial information, deputies Cash and Bowman grant Gary's request again. They follow him outside, but this time, they won't be coming back. Gary is standing in front of the building, with Deputy Bowman to the left and Deputy Jody Cash to the right. A colleague can be seen arriving for his shift, walking into the building, completely unaware of the tragedy that was just seconds away. And as soon as he makes it inside,
Wait, who did he? So he clapped Jody? And people just driving by watching this happen. He clapped Jody? He clapped Jody. The person that arrested him years ago.
Nick, someone didn't search him. Oh, it was in his waistband. I hope it can hurt. Hell yeah.
Is that him saying he over there or somebody else?
Over there to Jody. Stay alive, go to Jody. Go to Jody first. Go to Jody first. You need to go be with Bowman because Jody's not doing good, man. Somebody needs to be with Bowman, yep. Yeah, go sit somewhere else, Brian. He's done for you.
You can hear him too.
I guess we didn't search good enough. He had a gun on his waistband.
The whole department just stupid. How you not search him good enough? Bro, y'all have record of him having guns. Y'all stupid.
Stupid mother.
44-year-old Jody Cash was transported to the hospital in critical condition, but tragically, he succumbed to his wounds shortly after and was pronounced dead. He had served in law enforcement for 22 years and has spent the last 2 on a special DEA task
Jody
force.
family needs to sue the department.
In weeks, an investigation was launched to determine how a convicted felon managed to smuggle a gun into the sheriff's office and kill a police officer. Based on the evidence gathered, investigators concluded that that day, no one searched Gary thoroughly enough. In response, Deputy Jody Cash's wife, Karen Cash, and Deputy Donald Bowman filed a lawsuit against law enforcement. The suit sought wrongful death damages for Cash's estate and emotional trauma compensation for Bowman, who developed PTSD and could no longer work in law enforcement. A settlement was reached in September 2023. As for Gary Rowland, he was shot 12 times and eventually died at the scene of the shooting.
They hit him in his noggin. Boom, boom, boom. Heart shot. Boy, I would have.
Shootout. When his gun was recovered, investigators found a jammed casing, meaning that Gary's weapon malfunctioned. A lucky break that prevented any more officers.
So he was gonna keep going. But his gun jammed. See that little? He kept speaking that in his mind. I'm not going to prison alive. It led up to this. His gun getting jammed. But still, like, how do you not search a convicted felon enough? I don't get it. I'm triple patting, quadruple patting. I'm telling bro, no weird shit, bro. Take your clothes off, put them back on, bro, so I can see. Cause dog, he snuck a gun in there. The whole department y'all need a whole new team. Whole new team. And whoever searched him, don't tell me it was Jody that searched him though. Man, he killed Jody, bro.